2025 is flying by, and I'm not trying to rush it, but I'm already pumped for November because it's BGG-Con! Woohoo! I just love board game conventions that are all about playing games. So BGG-Con is one of my favorite happy places. I mean, where else can you go and play a bunch of hot new releases from Gen Con and Essen, and also discover weird old hidden gems in a massive game library? Join us this fall at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Dallas from November 19th to the 23rd. For more details and to grab your badge, head to BoardGameGeek.com/BGGCon. Hope to see you there. Episode 76 of the Board Game Geek podcast, where we geek out about board games, the mechanisms behind them, and the people who create them. I'm your host, Candace Harris, and I am super pumped to be sitting here in the same room as one of our favorite board game illustrators, Kwanchai Moriya. Quanchai, how's it going?
It is so good to be here, Candace. Thank you for having me here. I am surrounded by all the
piles.
Games. This is
piles.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get it under control. It's like depending on which day of the week you pop in this room, it might be like really organized or...
Yeah, this is the bad job right now. No, I'm just...
I was going to make Quanchai sign something that said, if a pile falls on him while we're recording, cannot sue. He cannot sue.
We have a 2-year-old at home, and so we've had to move my shelf, which is about like, 200, 300 games, into the hallway, so he's not just like yanking things off and literally like a California earthquake dropping on his head. Poor kid.
That's hilarious. So yeah, this is like the second time we've gotten together in LA to play games. I guess I see you sometimes in Niagara Falls.
I see you more often in other states.
Yeah. That's kind of the way it seems to work out sometime. But yeah, it's great to have you here. You are like one of those people that I've always wanted to have on the podcast with me. I love playing games with you, and I love your art.
Thank you.
And yeah, you're just a cool human being. So it's great to have you here for a chat.
Yes, I'm so excited.
You know why Quanchai is excited? Because today we are going to find out, as of August 2025, what Quanchai's favorite board games are.
Ooh, yes.
This is the stuff that you've been waiting to hear for your entire life. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, when I was talking to Quanchai about like recording, you know, we talked about new games, but it's like, that's fine. But I want to know, and I'm sure other people out there want to know, like, what is Quanchai playing when he's not painting?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to chat about today. And, you know, maybe I'll throw in some commentary on those games.
Definitely.
But before we get into Quanchai's top 5 games, I'd love to hear what games you've been playing recently, which may or may not be on your top 5. We don't know. We'll find out.
Know. Yeah.
So let's jump into fresh plays.
I feel like my newer games that I've played aren't going to be like the newest games.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of backlogged on stuff.
I mean, honestly, like I'm surprised that you get to play any games because you must be super duper busy.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have this as much doing your specific side of the industry, but playing a lot of prototypes often, like because of so like it's sometimes hard because we're going to conventions and stuff, and a lot of times you're seeing that your friend designer and they're like, let's try a game, and it's often the prototype version of them. So
yeah.
But besides that, I have been playing games. Often it's like 2-player versions of games that that I'm just playing at night after the kid is down with my wife or whoever is. The most recent thing I played is Forest Shuffle with both expansions.
That's not true.
Ah, you're right.
The most recent thing,
as of like 2 minutes ago, we've played Stonemeyer's Vantage.
Yes,
which I didn't even know had come out.
That was not in your viewpoint, huh?
But it's great. It's fun so far. Yeah.
We started a game. We're probably like midway through. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So like just very early impressions, like not even having played a full game. It's neat. We're playing a 2-player game. For people who don't know about this game, Vantage is designed by Jamie Stegmaier. It's from Stonemaier Games. Just came out about a month ago. I think just ahead of Gen Con. Mm-hmm. And it's a cooperative game where we get dropped in this world or on a planet or something, mm-hmm. but we get separated.
Yeah.
So we were in a crew, we got separated, and each player in this game is going to have a card that's representing their location, and there's nice art on there. And so like everybody is in different locations, but we're describing like what we're seeing and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like the view of the location where you're at is the vantage point of that, your first person point of view of that area. And there's all these different actions you can take at that location. I feel like it's in the vein of games like Earthborn Rangers or Seventh Continent or Seventh Citadel. I forget them.
Both probably.
Yeah. But it's snappier. You could tell the Stonemaier development crew has been in there and like, smooth out a lot of the rough edges.
We've had some nice surprises too.
Yeah. It's like, there's a lot of games that take mechanics that build on other games. And I feel like it's taking the best of those kind of like go into the stack of cards, find card number 498 and then read the action.
Yeah.
It's doing that very well.
Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for teaching it. But it's like, it's one of those games where we kind of were like, we don't need to know every single detailed rule going into it, because it's, you're exploring this world, and it's kind of been really fun, like just saying like, oh, I'm going to flirt with this sentient, and see what happens.
Yeah. Totally.
So it's pretty cool so far, and I guess the goal of the game is you have like a mission. And do we discover our destiny or?
Okay, hopefully I didn't read the rules wrong, Candace, but I don't think we had a destiny yet.
Okay,
we did have a starter mission, which was garner enough credits, 30 credits or something like that, on a sheet, but we hadn't yet gotten to the destiny.
I did some gambling.
You did.
Or no. I
stole.
I stole. Oh, my gosh.
$18.
Oh my god.
From some creatures.
I'm terrible.
It was like the first thing you did was stole.
I'm terrible. That's why I had to save the sentient that I've been flirting with.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're playing Vantage. We're both enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like finishing a game at some point and, playing it more and more.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be a lot to discover in this game. There's so many cards.
Yeah. I mean, I said this to you earlier, Candace, but I was like, who makes a game like this? It's so much work. I was reading the back of the rule book, and Jamie was like, this is 8 years in the making. It was a fantasy project to put together and illustrate. And I believe it, because everything's got to, click into each other. It's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. And then there's something I'm not even going to tell anybody because it surprised us.
Mm-hmm.
Was really cool. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And like, aside from that, everybody has their own like tableau, a 3x3 grid, and where you're going to be placing cards like people or I guess like people or things you encounter, different items you get. are going to go into this tableau, and you do some tests. You're going to be rolling dice. All the components are really nice.
Yep.
I should mention I got a review copy of the game, but then I bought the upgrades because I was like, I'm going to play this in style.
Yes, you did. And made plenty of your own upgrades.
Oh, yeah. I 3D printed an insert. Yeah, and thank you for bringing that up, because I would like to just say thank you to everyone out there who designs these STL files, so that, because I've been going nuts lately printing 3D inserts that other people are designing, and I'm so impressed. It brings me so much joy to like have my favorite games organized. It just makes me smile.
Yeah, if you made an STL file at some point, it exists in this house somewhere. If it's a board game insert, it's in this house somewhere.
So thank you. Okay, so besides Vantage, what else have you been playing lately?
Yeah, besides that, I loved Forest Shuffle when I tried it at PAX Unplugged 2 years ago, and I bought the Alpine expansion and some other expansion. I really like animals, and it's got so many animals, and they play with each other and the trees, and you get points. It's a thing I've seen before in games, but the whole package overall is simple. It's small. It's fun. It's nice. It's pretty, and like different kinds of woodpeckers and bats, and they eat acorns. Come on, it's great.
Where else are you gonna see bats eating acorns? Is that from the like, what does the expansion add? Because I've only played the base game.
It's just more of the same. It does kind of dilute the existing mechanics a little bit, because there's additional mechanics and interactions, but it's more of the same. If you liked it already, the expansions are essentially offer more, and it's good.
Sometimes I enjoy organizing my games just as much as actually playing them. I know, it sounds crazy, but I know I'm not alone here. I also love blinging out my favorite games with upgrades and accessories that not only look good and feel good, but they also speed up setup and teardown time. Visit BoardGameGeekStore.com for premium gaming accessories and upgrades like bags and bowls in a variety of colors and sizes, deck boxes, sleeves, card holders, and more. And when I say more, you know I'm talking about those shiny, beautiful Geek Up bits, which are available for a bunch of different games, including our best-selling Quacks Geek Up bits. I can't think of a more luxurious way to brew potions. So treat yourself and your games to some new goodies from the BGG store at BoardGameGeekStore.com. Cool. Well, yeah, I feel like I'm like having a hard time like remembering what I've played recently, or that like I want to bring up, because the last episode of the podcast that dropped, I recorded that one like a couple weeks in advance. So it feels like I haven't like recorded in a while. But I guess the first thing I'll mention is I am 3 chapters through a campaign of Primal: The Awakening with my friend Steven. I showed Kwanchai my minis, and I'll put air quotes up because the monsters in this game are
huge. Yeah. They're around me right now. They're crouching over my shoulder. They're amazing. They look really good.
Thank you. You hear that approval I just got on my minis painting? Yeah. Woo!
So good. So good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really, 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 really loving this game. It's a cooperative boss battler. Like the card play is so good, and also, like, for example, in the last game that we played, we had to split it up over 2 sessions because Steven had to be somewhere the day we started, and we were like, oh, are we gonna be able to finish? No. But we felt good about where we were like leaving things. We were like, all right, we're gonna kill this crab, And when we restarted and picked up, things were not looking good. Like, we were like, are we about to lose this game? And it ended up coming down to the wire. Like, we were in the last round. We each would have had 1 turn. his character is being more support, and I'm the attacker. I'm this character named Hellerin, and she's got this gunbow thing that's just like pretty rad. So he's usually like setting me up to do some crazy attacks. And so I've been really enjoying Primal: The Awakening. This will not be the last time anyone hears about it. At some point, once I'm through at least a first pass at painting all the minis, I'm going to post them on BGG, and I'll probably make a video about it because I have been like really getting into painting. And I know you paint some minis too.
Yeah, I love old I've been really on a kick of doing painting old like Warhammer like metal minis.
Yeah.
Or even just like taking the raw metal and just like basing it and just looking at it.
You're talking about like actual metal.
So this is a recent thing.
Metal, heavy metal.
No. I mean, like old Warhammer is definitely heavy metal. Like older 40K stuff. Just to collect them recently has been a thing. But I have painted mostly Games Workshop stuff over the years just for fun. I haven't really ever played except maybe once. But I love me some good Space Marines and some Terminators. But yeah, recently I've been mostly trying stuff in the 15mm scale, which is like tiny, and playing rules agnostic, miniatures agnostic rule sets like from Osprey, like Frostgrave, if you know what that is.
I've heard of it.
5 parsecs from the border. There's like a bunch of these games where you just take existing miniatures you already have.
Yeah.
And play these. Yeah. And it's mostly solo stuff.
That's what I was going to ask.
You got a 2-year-old.
Okay.
It's like, the 2-year-old's in bed. So let's open up a table and play.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You must have your hands full between all the illustrating for board games and a 2-year-old.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's a lot of work, people.
I'm trying to think, like, the last time we got together here, was your son born or just about to be born?
I don't remember. I don't remember the before times. Probably not born yet.
Right. I
was coming over here and like my wife was like 6 months pregnant or whatever. And I came with my friend Greg and we like came to hang and it was a really good time.
That was really fun too because we got to play Dune Imperium and it was your first time. I'd never played it,
I just love it when I play any game and I don't have to teach it.
Yeah.
That's such a good feeling, you know? So I can sit and it's a difficult, complex game and someone just teaches it and I'm like, I can just play it. Because normally it's me like playing a game off the shelf. And
little did Kwanchai know today I was going to be like, hey, I need some time to finish up something. Minutes. So can you
read these Vantage rules?
Yeah.
And I did a great job.
You did a great job. Well, so far from what we've seen,
we don't know.
We have no idea if you did a great job or not. No, you did. Oh, so what else have you been playing recently?
I've been playing not the new Quacks of Quedlinburg, but the new CMYK like revamp of the.
Yeah, is it just a reprint? I can't remember because like
it's a 1-for-1 reprint. There's nothing that's been changed. It's a literal just visual revamp, which I think it's awesome. I like insta-clicked it so fast.
Cool.
And it's one of my, well, I guess I'm jumping the gun here, but it's one of my.
You like it a lot?
I like it a lot, possibly. So I have, of course, the original copy with like all the upgrades from BGG and all that stuff, and then the new copy as well.
Cool. I was wondering, like, did they make a 2-player version of that yet? You know how like a lot of games are coming out with like
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do they? It might.
Maybe not.
I don't know if they have a. I know they have a kids Quacks version, but I don't know if they have a 2-player one,
which is adorable.
Yeah,
pretty adorable. Cool. Well, do you want to just like jump into your list? Like, I'm so curious. Like today, I learned about pickles you love and pickles you don't love as much.
Yes.
So now I want to know.
Yeah. By the way, pickles, Grillo's pickles from Target. It's the way to go. Trader Joe's pickles, not so good. That's the short version of that.
That is.
But yeah, I'm excited to talk about games. Honestly, it's a hard question because I love board games, and to pick 5 for anyone who loves games is hard because some of those are like legacy choices that you loved for years, but maybe play now. But these are games that I feel like are the games I've loved the longest.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, and maybe this is the same for you, a lot of them are games like early games when I first got into it. There's there's a sheen to them, right? Like that. Maybe something has done it better now. But I love that old one.
There's like nostalgia tied to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of memories. Yeah, there are definitely some games that I've held on to, and that's actually a funny little segue, because a game that I recently played, and this is going to tie back to a couple things. So like 2 episodes ago, I had on my friend Simon from the director of the board game documentary, The Hobby.
Yeah. Yes. I've met him. Simon Ennis.
Ennis. Yeah. So Simon was on, and we were talking about games, and he was in town in LA because, but I think we recorded when he went back. Yeah. He was in town for the screening. LA premiere. Yeah, the screening. And I had a lot of like awesome like support come out to that screening. It was really, really fun. Cool. It kind of felt like if you've ever seen Pee Wee Herman, at the end of the movie where they're like at the drive-in movie theater, and like every character that you know, I don't want to spoil it in case anybody hasn't seen Pee Wee Herman and wants to see it. And I also thought this was funny that it felt like this, because on the car ride over there, I found out that's one of Simon's favorite movies.
Oh, funny.
And like it just had that feeling like, you know, like, oh, friends from this group. Oh, you meet this person. And it was like just a really, really lovely evening.
That's so cool.
And my old band's guitarist, his woman, Nicole, his lady friend, she was like, after the movie, she was like, can we play that game? The bird game, Wingspan. And like, we just saw them last weekend, and I almost forgot about it. Like, I came in here, I was pulling out like Bomb Busters, like Tower Up. I was like, oh, I can't wait to show you this Decorum. And she was like, were we going to play that, you know, that other game? So I had to go out to the garage, because I have a first printing of Wingspan from 2019. I pre-ordered it. I think I joined like the Stonemeyer Club. I forget what it's called. But I made it because, remember, that game sold out and a lot of people couldn't get it for a while.
Yeah.
So I was like playing it a ton when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then I've just kept it for like nostalgia reasons, and for just like what it represents in the hobby, like all sorts of reasons. So it was really nice to be able to like go into the garage, pull out Wingspan, and fumble through the rules to remind myself how it worked, but then like to teach it to 2 good friends who don't play a lot of board games, and just to watch them like get the excitement of like running their row of birds. And so it was really cool. And I was like, oh yeah, this game is great. I really probably have not played it since 2019.
I probably have a lot of those kind of games. I if you're really an alpha gamer, there's probably like games you're getting for when your kid turns 7. Games you're collecting if your whole group turns into like war gamers. You know what I mean? Like that you're just holding on to, that you probably might never actually play.
Yeah. We've all been there, I'm sure. All right, well let's hear about your games. Let's start with whatever. Let's go 5 to 1 if that's cool.
Okay, these aren't. I can't really
not
put
ranked?
them in order. But let's just start on the top of this list that I have. First one is this is probably my favorite game of all time. Oh no, we're going opposite order.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Yeah. Let's start from the bottom.
A different one.
Okay, Suburbia.
Oh, okay.
Bezier Games.
Yeah.
I really like city builder games in general for my video gaming or whatever. If you've played City Skylines or SimCity back in the day, Suburbia is great. It's got adjacency rules, like if there's a post office next to a house, then points. If there's a graveyard next to your airplane, your airport, negative points. It's cool. I like it a lot. It's one of the few games where I bought like the giant deluxe version.
I was just about to ask.
It's
I was
so
like, do
big.
you have that jumbo like that?
I do. I was one of those Insta-click ones.
I mean, if you love it.
Yeah.
If you love it, you gotta.
Suburbia has always been a really, like, I've always really liked that game from day one.
Do you want to know something?
Tell me, Candace.
I honestly don't know if I've ever played it. I think I might have played it once, because I had one of my friends, my friend Hector, I used to play with a lot. it was, I think, one of his favorite games. And I might have played it once because I think I mix it up with the Castles of
Mad King.
Yeah.
That is, I feel like that's the better game, honestly. Okay. But the theme of like a city builder like really appeals to me more than like building like a mad castle.
Yeah.
So, but I think honestly, it's the same experience for the most part. The core experience, and I feel like
cool. Cool. Now, since you're into like city building games, have you ever tried a game called Magnate?
No, I have not.
Oh. I should have had my friend Ben bring it over. It's really good, actually. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it works, but it has like blocks. Mm-hmm. So you'll feel like a kid when you're playing with it, but you're like, building out blocks in neighborhoods, like these different types of buildings. Mm-hmm. And there's something where you're like, you need to put like people in the right buildings, mm-hmm. but there's like a supply and demand thing. I don't know. It was really cool. It's been one that I played a couple years ago that I've thought about picking up, but I'm trying to cull and whatnot.
Yeah, right.
I said I'm trying.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably better. Maybe there's a more modern game that does it quicker, zippier. But I think it was one of the first city builders where I was like, yes,
that's what I wanted. It's working for you.
That's what I wanted.
Cool. All right. Well, what's next?
Next on my list is Agricola, All Things Big and Small, which is the 2-player version of Agricola.
Whoa. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard someone like.
I love it. It's really? The perfect amount of times I want to feed something, you know what I mean? It's the perfect amount of times I want to like get a bunch of wood to build a fence. Like regular Agricola's obviously a well-loved game, but it's just a little bit too long for what I want to do. But I do love a good farming game.
And you get the Agricola feel from like the 2-player version.
I feel like it does it better in the same way that like Seven Wonders Duel is just a better game than Seven Wonders. Yeah. Like hands down, and it's a 2-player experience. I feel like of the heavier Uwe games that have become 2-player, like they did a 2-player Le Havre, a 2-player
Fields of Arle and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's
specifically 2-player. Yeah. But they did the Agricola All Things Big and Small 2-player is my favorite. Cool. Weird because I'm not like necessarily like an advocate for 2-player games specifically, but it just definitely hits the list.
You like it? Yeah. Okay. Now, this is funny that you say you love farming games because you are sitting across from someone who does not like farming games.
Yeah?
Yeah, farming games are hard for me. It's like the one theme that, I don't know, like it just doesn't click with me. But Lowlands, have you ever played Lowlands?
No, I know the game, but I haven't played it.
Like that one I liked. But yeah, it's kind of hard. And I have so many friends who love Agricola. And I've played it probably 3 or 4 times with those people who are just like, oh, it's my jam. And it just like never really does it. I don't know what it is.
I love when you pick an apple, you feed it to the sheep, it makes some wool. Something about it. Maybe it's because like as a peoples, we are so far away from farming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sit in front of a screen and draw with a digital pencil all day long. So I just want to like feel wool in my hands.
I get that. I honestly like I would try this like the 2-player version. Like I've seen it around, but I would try it.
I mean, it's a literal 30-minute game, which is crazy for a game
30 minutes.
It's a 30-minute game when you know how to play, and it's zippy, and you feel like you're making meaningful decisions. It's like literally 9 rounds, I think.
Wow.
So good for what it is. Yeah.
Cool. So what is it called again? Agricola.
Agricola, All Things Big and Small.
Okay. 2-player Agricola.
2-player Agricola. Yeah.
What is the 2-player Le Havre game?
I forget.
I feel like I can picture the box.
It was not maybe? As I've also played Caverna Duel, which is like the Caverna 2-player. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be.
Okay.
Of those 2-player games, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we got Suburbia, 2-player Agricola. Mm-hmm. What else, Kwanchai?
Okay. It's funny. It's another 2-player game. I just said I'm not a... but Lord of the Rings the Confrontation.
Oh, is that the one?
It's the Stratego.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2-player.
So good.
It's again like a 30-minute game, and it is one of the games I like first got when I first got into gaming a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's great. Yeah. It's so good. It's so thematic for what it is. You're making so much theme, and it's very Lord of the Rings themed from so few pieces. And I love when a design does so much with a little bit.
Yeah. I have the, I guess the old Fantasy Flight version of it. And I know there's a new special version of that one coming out. I think.
I pre-ordered it. Okay. Yeah, it looks fancy.
I bought a fancy War of the Ring. The new collection.
So I thought, War of the Ring is also a game that would be in my top 5, but I've basically played it twice, right? So it's weird because I want to count it because it's such a great experience.
So yeah.
And it's amazing how the books come through the gameplay every time somehow, right?
Well, Kwanchai, when my fancy version eventually shows up,
we're going to play?
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing is, who do I get to play with me,
right? Yeah. Does your wife play games?
Yeah, she was born and grew up in Germany, so she comes from a peoples that's like, what are we doing on Sunday? We're playing board games.
Cool.
And she's way better at games than me. I have to tell her, like, don't tell me how to do my turn because then I don't feel like I won. She's great at games, and she is my main gaming partner these days.
That's awesome. So after we hear your list, we're gonna have to hear her list through you.
Definitely. But Confrontation, Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation is a good one. It's one of those games that I like so much that there's an original version that comes in those small Lost Cities patchwork size boxes. Oh, that is now, of course, way out of print because why sell something that's small?
Yeah.
And I bought 2 extra copies in shrink just because. Nice. It's one of those situations.
Send me a pin of your house.
Yeah. Come on, get it.
I do have my copy I've been holding on to because I think I've only played it once or twice, but I loved it. And I realized at some point, as I've been in the modern board game hobby, that Stratego was one of my favorite games growing up.
Totally.
If you asked me in 2017 what it was called, I don't know, but it took me years of being into board games to be like, oh yeah, that was my jam.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So cool. Okay, Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation. All right, what else do you have?
Okay, Feast for Odin. Wait, did we say this right? No.
No, you haven't. Yeah. And I was gonna ask if you were an Uwe Rosenberg fan. Yeah. And this is my answer. Two games.
Oh, there are 2. That's right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, Feast for Odin's great. I feel like it's one of his games that feel extremely thematic for what it's doing. I do feel like I'm sailing the seas with my ship and plundering stuff and making pelts from stuff.
Yeah.
I realize a lot of the games that I like are spatial. And that weird thing that some players don't like with Feast for Odin, where you have to puzzle and Tetris out something.
Yeah.
It's enough in the game. It's not too much for me, and I like it.
Yeah.
And that's probably the heaviest game on my top 10 list.
Okay.
Feast for Odin's it's a solid. You got to have the Norwegians expansion in there.
Yeah.
It makes it just does everything right somehow better. I don't know why, but it's better.
There's some expansions like that.
You just got to get them.
Yeah. So A Feast for Odin, the very first time I played it, I was barely had played it a heavier game. And so I didn't quite get it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But then I just kind of forgot about it. And then at some point I bought it. And I was I played it with Matt in just a 2-player game. And it was so fun. Mm-hmm. And, we loved it. I think I probably bought a 3D printed insert at the time.
You definitely did.
And then I sold it. Because, I just realized, I don't know. I enjoyed it. But there, again, it doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
And I have Le Havre still. And I don't know if it's because of the fishing or what it is, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. I mean, his games there's a trend in all of them that feels similar.
Yeah.
And I feel like for whatever reason, Feast for Odin just hit the spot. But there's so many shared tendrils amongst all those games.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. That's why I'm how some people are oh, I only like Agricola, I don't like Caverna, or I only like Caverna, I don't like Agricola. And I'm they're both the same to me.
It's all farming.
Yeah.
I do like the theme of
Caverna better?
Of farming.
Just farming. Man, the things we're learning today. Pickles, farming, games. Okay. So so now you have 2 more that you're going to say?
Is it 2? I have a bunch on this, but yeah, I'm going up the list.
Yeah.
Did I say
I'm
Quacks
here for
already?
all of it.
Did we say Quacks already?
Well, you teased,
I teased it.
Quacks.
Quacks of Quedlinburg, or now it's called Quacks in the CMYK new version, but it's a game that I resisted for so long because I was like, do I want to? It's like a bag builder. There's a lot of chance.
Yeah.
The original art is great, but it didn't like sell me the way the new art does. But once we played in our game group for the first time, I was like, this is a great game.
Yeah.
Solid game. It's just like complex enough that it's friendly to newcomers, but it's fun for someone who's played a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great game. Solid game.
I think that was the first thing that appealed to me with Quacks was that the very first time I played, I think it was my friend Nate had a copy and we were into the game within like minutes. Like there, you can do kind of a rolling teach with it because different, more complex ingredients come out later in the game, and you're just, right. Hey, pick something out of your bag, and I'll tell you what happens. And push your luck is just so fun.
Yeah, it's true. And it's one of those games that has those like whoa moments.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of games like that. Yeah, I like it.
I also love the rat tail catch up mechanism because now anytime, like there was some game I played recently where it was like, oh, that's your rat tails. Those are rat tails. But that's cool. Yeah, Quacks is a banger.
Yeah, it's a banger.
It's just...
Is that Wolfgang Warsch? I forget.
Yes.
Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. Same designer as the Mind?
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right, so if you were to say, I know you have other, like, more games to mention, and I want to hear them, but what was the one that you were about to say that you were like, my favorite game?
Oh, my favorite, yeah. So if I had to pick a favorite game of all time, it would be Blood Bowl Team Manager.
I heard Blood, and I was like, is he going to say Blood Rage?
Oh, that's a good game, too.
Okay.
Blood Bowl Team Manager, which is a Fantasy Flight game when they had the Games Workshop license to make a bunch of Warhammer games.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's been redone in any way or reskinned. It's a game where you have a small deck of cards that represents your team. You're a faction of classic Warhammer races, so Skaven or goblins or and you're just fighting over what's like a fantasy, kind of like a football fantasy themed game. It's a spiked football. It's hilarious. There's a lot of comedy. Cool. And each of the factions in the game feel very Games Workshop-y, Warhammer-y.
Yeah.
And I really like the game.
That's so interesting. Is it 2 players?
It's up to 5.
Okay.
You can play 2-player, but it sings at like 3 or 4 probably.
Okay, because it's funny because when I was thinking about you were coming over and I was like, if we were going to play a 2-player game, right there on the shelf, I have Chaos Ball. And I think like that has some DNA with like Blood Bowl and everything.
Yeah, it's more that I remember because when I first got Blood Bowl, there's a couple games. Chaos Ball was one of them, and there's another football sports themed game. Now there's all sorts, but I remember thinking like, oh, what's the one I want? And Blood Bowl Team Manager is just a card game. There's also the Blood Bowl game, which is with miniatures. I also have like a set of miniatures I played with, but the card game is
it's just a card game.
It's just cards. It's funky, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, bring that over next time.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, it's one of those games also where I bought like an extra copy shrink of each, and it's just sitting in the closet like it's some kind of like Fort Knox. Like, don't touch my copies.
Don't touch that.
But
I've done that with shoes sometimes. Like I'll find a pair of shoes that I like love. And I'm like, I know they're not going to make these anymore at some point.
Get another one.
And now they're just in the closet because I don't even wear them anymore.
Oh, yeah.
One day they'll surprise me. Awesome. So what of like newer games or what other like games are you really into?
Yeah, I have been playing Creature Caravan from Red Raven Games. That's Ryan Lockett's company.
Yeah, I saw the cover. I don't know anything about it.
He has like his big sellers. Like I just bought Above and Below Haunted, which which is a new standalone of Above and Below. It's great. And then he keeps putting out these smaller games on the side that are still in his world. And they're honestly, I think also as an illustrator, I love that here's a guy who's illustrating his stuff and making games.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, and running his own company, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's wild. That's a lot of things. That's like 10 things at once.
Yeah. And you know who else does that? Sammy Loxo.
Yeah, with the
Dale of Merchants and all that whole world. And I actually thought about him today because, one of the cool things, and it's such a small thing, but with Vantage, is that on the, like, when you take the box lid off, around the box
icons
is a player aid. Yeah. The main icons that you need, I mean, most like hardcore gamers are going to know what they are after 5 seconds anyway. But like just the fact that you could be like, what is overpower? Oh, it's right there.
Totally.
And I'm like, that was such a like great like ad, a nice little like, I know some companies will like advertise on that part of the box, but I thought that was really cool. And you pointed out that, Vantage has a lot of like decks of cards. So in the box, it shows you the number range of the cards for each like set of cards.
And where they're stacked and located in the box itself.
Yeah, so you pull them out really quickly. And Sammy with Peacemaker's The Horrors of War, that insert like was very, very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
And similarly, I'm like, holy cow, like this guy's like making the art, he's designing the game. It's wild.
Yeah, I think it's, as an illustrator that's been working in the business for a stretch, it's impressive to me because these they're kind of little things, right? But something like a really good insert or a thoughtful box design where it takes into account the presence of where things are on your actual table and dinner table.
Yeah.
Or like even, it just means that the industry is maturing and like appreciating the people that are buying these things and making the quality of life better, right? Or even like the fact that there's a documentary about board games that, you were a part of that Simon did. It just shows that the industry is maturing and just getting cooler every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like that.
I love that. And I feel like kind of like getting into the hobby in 2018, like it was like, oh, here we go. Like I'm just got on my surfboard and we're catching the biggest wave.
Totally. Yeah.
All right. Give me another game that you love. And then I have another question.
That I love or a recent play?
Oh.
Is that we did?
How about a recent love?
A recent love? Okay, it's kind of a deep cut, but it's called Minecart Town. It's one of those games that came out of Japan. Yeah. It's great.
It came out like a year ago or something.
Yeah, I just managed to get a copy like from someone who like went to
one of the Tokyo Game Market or something. Yeah.
And I like it. I like route optimization, like a Roads and Boats.
Yeah.
So Roads and Boats is in my top maybe 20.
Ooh.
But it's so long.
I love Roads and Boats.
You do? Okay. It's my favorite splotter. And I've been looking for a game that does what it does, but doesn't, take up the table space. And Hamlet's really good for that.
I was gonna say Hamlet, the village building game. Yeah,
Hamlet's great for that. And then Minecart Town is like the 20-minute version of that.
Cool.
Like, it's so simple and cute and fun.
That's awesome. Did you ever hear of the game or try? I think it's called Taiwan Night Market.
No.
Okay. Because when I played that game at some point, I think before it went on crowdfunding, it reminded me of like kind of like a light food chain magnate. Cool. Because it's like there was the whole thing with like where you're going to get customers from and the timing and everything. There's another game called Night Market also that's just, I think it's just Night Market, and I'm buying it from someone at the Strategicon, a virtual flea market. Cool. So I'll report back.
Okay.
I was like, it looks good. It sounds good. We'll see. Cool. Okay, so the question I wanted to ask you that I was just like thinking about as we're sitting here chatting, as like a board game illustrator. I mean, just as an illustrator who loves board games and you illustrate board games for work. what are some of the games that you love how an artist kind of like approached the art for the game?
Good question.
And does that factor into your love of the game?
It does. That the simple answer is yes, it definitely does. And I will say to the sentence you just said about a board game illustrator versus an illustrator that loves board games, I will say that when I started illustrating board games, there was no board game illustrator moniker, right? It was like it was like I'm an illustrator. I told if like my aunt's like, what are you doing? With your life. I'm like, well, I'm an illustrator and I illustrate board games sometimes. But now to have a very much more established thing where I can say like I'm a board game illustrator and someone's so like cool. Oh, like Settlers of Catan or like or like and it's like yes
that's cool
that you can buy these games at Barnes and Noble even or it's wild and I'm so grateful for that. But
that's awesome.
So we're talking about like visual approaches to games, things that I admire kind of. I mean, honestly, Red Raven's a great example of that. Red Raven Games, Ryan Lockett, he's an illustrator and a game designer and a publisher. And to do all those things, the sum total of them, even though each of them might not be groundbreaking, like his art might not be groundbreaking in the way that like a Mr. Cuddington cover of a new Brass game is. Although they are also amazing. Like we're jumping around here. But like the sum total of the design plus like being a creator and doing all the things, that is so impressive and I want to support it. I like living in that world. It feels purposeful and intentful. That's really cool. I've gotten to know a lot of other board game illustrators and graphic designers because it's not a big world, and so even though we're stretched out all over like tools in like Perth in Australia, and we have a lot of people in the UK, it's been so fun to meet other people who I feel like are in a similar trajectory to me. Almost started at almost the same time because the industry is kind of young still. And have had this arc where they've had success and been able to like, pay for groceries just illustrating games. Cool. It just feels crazy and awesome.
Do you typically, I probably should know this, but do you like doing the graphic design side or do you mainly like doing the like popping covers and boards and
I'm bad at graphic design. It's definitely not my forte. So I've done most of my recent work with a gal, now a close friend and creative partner, Bridget Delicato.
Oh, yeah.
I think you met her.
I met Bridget a couple times.
So we've been doing a lot of projects and I try and link up with, I feel like, honestly, graphic designers, a good one is the thing that is the real gem in this industry because a good game needs to have readability. It needs to have good UI UX. So an illustration can be great, but the UI and the graphic design is what's selling that thing to keep coming back to the table. It's really important. So the answer is I'm not so great at it, and I like to find someone that's good at it and kind of partner. But in terms of visual things that when I see them when a new game comes out, I'm like, gosh, like I wish I would have been the one to do that. It's always tool stuff. It's Mr. Cuddington up in Canada. Andrew Bosley, whatever he touches is amazing, and being able to see their work and feel like competitive with it, and also really like excited for them because I've met most of them and gotten to become friendly. It's there's a lot of folks in there who are like, I'm like, oh man, that's so good. God,
that's awesome. That is really, really awesome. And I just love and appreciate how, like, you mentioned some like banging artists and like everybody has their style, And I think like one of the cool things about you as an artist is that like you like, I just see your art on so many different types of games. And I think that is like super cool. Like I was telling you, I bought an RPG book when I was in Bangkok a couple of years ago.
Jiangxi.
And I was just like organizing games and it happens to be on my shelf out in my board game barn. And I was like, oh, snap. And the art drew me in. I'm sure like when I was like at that game shop, like, what is this? Maybe I will actually play it sometime when I like get into RPGs. But I was like just looking because one of the things I thought about when we were kind of like, figuring out what we were going to chat about, I was like, oh, like what if I tell you what my like favorite games that you've done the art for.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm not prepared to do that.
Okay. All right.
But I'm just kind of like looking through some. Like I love there's a game that I have talked about that I rarely hear people talking about, Dual Powers.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you did on that one is awesome.
Thank you.
The Sidereal Confluence, like the latest Sidereal Confluence is awesome. Oh, I forgot all about Pret-a-Porter.
Yeah, Pret-a-Porter,
Yeah. Like that was like, I feel like we all slept on that new version a little bit. Because I was so excited because it was out of print and it was like always like my dream game. And
totally.
I got it and I played it once and then I passed it on at some point, which is sad. But like I liked it a lot. Like there was a lot of good stuff there.
It's a heavy one, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. And that's kind of what like drove me to it. And I'm pretty sure that Catacombs 3rd edition was like one of the earliest games that I played with my friend Lauren.
That's my first thing I really did ever.
Really?
Yeah, that put me on the map. Oh. I mean, when I went to my very first Gen Con ever, because I was like, I'm gonna buy a ticket and a badge and just go and try and drum up work.
Yeah.
All I had in my portfolio was Catacombs and a bunch of like art school paintings.
That is wild to think of.
While also, I was like shaking. My knees were just shaking at every single cold call because I was like, "What am I doing here?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?"
Capital Lux.
Yeah, Capital Lux was great because Capital Lux and also the cover for Dual Powers.
Yeah.
Those were the first times in art school and in high school. I was mostly an oil painter, so very traditional, like figure paintings, people.
Cool. Yeah.
Just being able to nail that. But then Catacombs was my first thing, so it was very cartoony. You know, Kodama was something I did early on, so it was, again, cartoony. But I was like, man, I can oil paint, I can like acrylic paint people. And so getting Capital Lux published with Aporta Games and Dual Powers, those were like the first times that I showed off like the more fine art side of my thing. And since then, that's mostly what people want from me, what clients want from me. And it's something I feel like I'm better at anyway, so I'm glad that I can kind of have a range.
Yeah. When you when you take a gig, do you does the game matter to you, or does the theme, or like what like makes you say yes to one game and no to another?
That's a great question. I think it changes and depends. I think the thing that matters now more than it used to be, and I didn't think it would ever matter, is just knowing the people making the game, which is weird. Like, and it means like I'm part of this larger family of tabletop
you're
things,
in a band.
You know? So having met someone at a Gen Con or a PAX Unplugged, having shook a hand and said, "Hey, I'm this person," and that automatically makes me a lot more conducive to like taking on a project.
Yeah.
And not having that experience, it makes it a lot harder for me to take on.
Right. That makes sense.
So that's kind of the first thing, but then also theme really matters a lot.
Yeah.
I like to bounce around, and all the titles you just listed, they're so different. Like fashion business, running a fashion business.
Yeah.
Like hopping Chinese paranormal vampires.
Right.
Like, they're so different.
They're so different.
I honestly, as an artist, I
Space
feel like
bees, apiaries, banging cover.
They're so different. And I think it really plays into the part of me that likes to do a lot of different things. I'm so grateful as an artist that I get to hop around to like 3 or 4 different themes in a week, right?
Yeah.
I jump around from this to that, and it piques my creative curiosity.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't like taking projects where I feel like the theme has been done well already. Like if it's orcs and goblins and dwarves, I feel like someone else is doing that better.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know, if it's about something unique, or even mundane that needs to be beautiful, you know, like I'm working on a game that just got announced. Paverson Games is doing a game called Ringyo. That is about traditional Japanese forestry in like the 16th century. And like, what is that theme, right? Yeah, it's like so cool. It's so crazy. And I'm like, and from the beginning, he wanted to do like a Hudson Valley school of painting like approach, which is these beautiful landscapes. And it was just intriguing. It was challenging. And so we're working on that game, and it's just unique, and I like unique themes. So
cool.
Definitely unique themes do matter. And the game has to be good. for it to sell well. So I do like to get the pitch from what the game is like, what it plays like.
Yeah.
So all that matters. Maybe in that order,
Yeah.
Who are you? Is the theme cool? Does it play well?
Heck yeah. The one other one I'll give a shout out to, and I forget the second one in this sort of series, but Mighty Board's Days of Ire, Budapest 1956.
Yeah.
They sent me that game and the follow-up to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the
name.
Knights
of Fire.
Yeah, Knights of Fire.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to play those. I need to just like break them out. Like I've had them for so long and haven't gotten to play them, and they're co-ops. Yeah. They're historical co-ops with Kwanchai's art.
Yeah, what
am I waiting for?
Yeah, the other thing I do like is a historical game. I actually have a history degree.
I know. That's what else I found out today. Besides which pickles you like and don't like.
I like history. I love learning about the foibles of humankind over the centuries, and I like attaching that to like a game mechanic when it's done well. It's really cool. Actually, those games, Days of Ire and Knights of Fire, are David Turksey games.
Yeah.
That's one of the first times I met him. I stayed on his couch in the UK way back when at my first Essen.
Yeah.
He found out like I was staying in London. He was like, where are you staying? I was like, I don't know. Some hotel. And he's like, just come over. And since then he's become quite a designer of his own.
Oh yeah.
Really, amazing stuff. And it's funny that the world that I'm in now has people that I just met,
and crashed on their couch in London.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. There's so much to like I need to go cook some food for us. But I could talk to you forever. And now, especially knowing that you're into history, I got board games to show you, Kwanchai.
I know your background, and I feel like that intersection is like a niche that is unexplored. Like some designers are doing that really well now, like David Thompson.
Yeah.
Designers like that who are like approaching gaming from a place where like we can learn something and also have fun or like teach.
Yeah.
That is a very exciting area.
Historical games have been like just getting better and better and like just exploring different topics.
Yeah.
And
did you see that Cross Bronx Expressway game?
Yes,
the GMT thing?
I played a prototype of it.
Oh man, I've been really so
excited
intrigued.
about that.
I've been following that. Just stuff like that. It's like that is so cool.
For sure. Have you played any coin games yet?
So I bought Guest of Robin Hood. Is that a coin game?
Of Robin Hood.
A Jest of Robin Hood.
It's coin adjacent. It's their Irregular Conflict series.
Is PAX Premier a coin game?
No, but that's another good game. Great game.
Then I don't think I've played a coin game.
Okay, we're gonna fix that.
Yeah,
we're gonna fix that. But a Jest of Robin Hood will give you. Have you played it yet?
No. Just read the rules.
Oh my gosh, we could have played that.
Yeah, we could play that. Wait, is
Vijayanagar? Yeah, have you played that?
I sat down to start playing that, but we didn't play. So that's the closest I come.
That's also ICS. Like that was the first one in the ICS series.
Gotcha.
Which are like not exactly coin, but like you will get some of those
Proto-coin.
feelings.
I see.
Well, Kwanchai, it's that time where I roll my BGG dice.
I'm excited.
They're unofficial, unbranded, just happen to have a purple and orange D20s here. So let's see. You have a 17 purple and 9. I still haven't completely filled out this grid. So I do a thing where, let's see, 17 purple. Okay. All right. Which game has your favorite player pieces, like components?
Okay, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to shout out my own game right now. Because I got copies of Silos, which is a Reiner Knizia game.
Yeah.
And I worked on the game with Bridget. It looks so good. And I know it sounds stupid because I did the art for the game.
Yeah.
But honestly, the publisher in a game really matters because they are the ones directing what you can or can't do on the project, giving the funding to make this thing look cool, that thing cool, and the pieces look amazing.
Yeah.
The whole package looks great. There's like a drawback. The drawback for the meeples has like a conspiracy map on it that I did the art for, but it was the publisher's idea.
Yeah. I played a pre-production copy of it and it was super cool, and like they're chunky pieces too.
They're chunky, yeah.
I love chunky pieces.
Yeah, honestly, Bitewing is the publisher, and Nick at Bitewing, Nick and Kyle, and the games that I've done with them, which I've done a few now, but the Vantage and Silos, the pieces are great.
Yes.
And they feel right. They're colorful. Bridget does a great job with bringing the whole package together. And most recently I was looking at, again, my own game, but I was like, man, this game looks great.
Baby. It's like having a baby.
Like when we first got into games, back before I first got into games in 2012, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm searching comic book stores for copies of Ticket to Ride. And not that Ticket to Ride doesn't look great, but like the games we have now, oh my gosh, right?
I know.
They look great.
I mean, I showed you all my Primal boxes.
Yeah,
and then huge. Other companies like Reggie Games are making books of the art because I love it. It is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Kwanchai, I gotta go make some food for us.
I'm excited.
And we gotta play some games this evening. So thank you for taking the time to record with me.
Thank you, Candace. This has been great.
Yeah, we need to do it more often because I'm pretty sure it was before you had your son.
So long ago.
So 2 years. Yeah. Too much. So yeah, we'll do it again soon and definitely want to explore some of these historical games with you.
Totally. That would be great, actually. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks, Kwanchai.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Board Game Geek podcast, produced and edited by Candace Harris. Special thanks to Matt Fonda for editing and mixing our music. Be sure to visit us on the web at BoardGameGeek.com. You can also find us on YouTube, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch under Board Game Geek. You can reach us by email at podcast@BoardGameGeek.com. Thanks for listening.